This is a pre-intro intro. So I don't want you worrying in about 2 minutes. No spoilers, but I've got all my fingers. Everything is fine. And for any regular viewers out there, yes, it's still green. Hello and welcome. It's the 17th of October, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is fading. It's holding on for the minute, but it's fading. Right, I'm going to keep it really simple this week. I'm going to harvest my butternut squash. So I sowed the seeds of these butternut squash in March. I was a bit keen, to be honest. Transferred them across to the allotment April, May time. Oh, it was in the middle of a gale. Oh, it was a bad day to transport them, but they survived. They survived. The stalks are really dry and hard. The butternut squash themselves are really hard, going brown. They're not going to grow anymore now. It's time to get them off the plants. Put them in the sun so they can ripen better, get a thicker skin so they're better for storage, and then I can clear this bed. Let's get on with it. Right, I've cut the squash from the plants. That's not all I cut though. If you're squeamish, look away now. I'll tell you when it's safe to look back. I managed to cut my finger in the process. It stopped dripping blood all over the place now. You can look back now, it's safe. Stop dripping blood all over the place, but I've got nothing here to clean it up, or plasters or anything. So I can't clear this bed with one hand, one arm, so we'll have to come back tomorrow. I've moved the squash to the back of the allotment with my one useful arm. Store them there overnight. Let's reconvene tomorrow. Right, so it's the next morning now. Plaster on, everything's okay. Let's get this bed cleared. Right, first we get rid of the courgettes. There was about 7 plants in there. They're a much smaller plant in comparison to the squash plants. There was only 3 squash plants in there, covered the entire area with vegetation, helping to suppress weeds on the ground. So I got about 2 or 3 wheelbarrows full of stuff for the compost heap. Then we take down the temporary windbreak that was surrounding those courgettes to protect them from the wind in the early days of their life. And the pea frame finally goes. We did have peas in there, but they got dwarfed by the squash. Then finally get rid of the weeds, mostly grass, which is quite common on my plot. Right, we're mostly there now. I'm going to give it a quick dig over, try and kill off any grasses that are just under the surface. Give it another dig over in a few weeks.
Dig. Dave. Dig.
Dig.
Before we see the results from the main squash batch, I've got a secondary batch of squash that are further behind because they had a bad start in life. I've got 5 tops from these. 2, one there and one over there. They're okay, they're going to be alright. And then I've got another 3 which are debatable whether they'll have time to ripen and get sufficient size before the frost comes and kills everything off. I've had to take drastic measures and chop off anything that looks like a flower or a little squash, so hopefully the plants will concentrate all their energies into what's on the plant at the minute. Right, let's have the results from the main squash. Right, here's my squash harvest. 15 biggest ones are on the table, the rest are down there. I've got my pumpkins behind me. These are a variety called Butternut Butterfly, and yes, I would grow again. Really good, really good. It has been 52 weeks since I started putting videos on YouTube. You might call that a year. 52 videos. So I'm going to take the opportunity to say thank you to anyone who watches regularly. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching too. So there'll be a couple of specials coming out in a week or two, so watch out for that. So, as usual, click subscribe, send me a comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.